Now we are going to talk about the surfaces of the liver in detail. First we are going to study the detail of the anterior surface of the liver. So this is the anterior surface of the liver. Anterior surface containing both lobes, right lobe and the left lobe. So this surface is basically related to the diaphragm of the each side. We have diaphragms on the right side, diaphragm on the right side and the left side. So this anterior surface is related to the diaphragm of the both sides, and it is also related to the xiphoid process in the midline. If this is the midline, so it is related to the xiphoid process in this midline, and it is also in relation with the anterior abdominal wall. While one attachment you can see on the anterior surface, that is going to be this falciform ligament. After that, if we talk about the posterior surface, again memorize this model. There is nothing to remember. If you know this model very well, you can tell all the relations of all the surfaces and border. So this is the posterior surface and this is the inferior surface. So if we talk about the posterior surface relation, you can see on the posterior surface there is going to be this bare area of the liver. There is going to be relation with the groove for the inferior vena cava. Then comes the caudate lobe, then comes the fissure for the ligamentum venosum, and posterior surface is also marked by this esophageal impression. So esophageal impression, part of the gastric impression, caudate lobe, groove for inferior vena cava and this bare area of the liver, these all are related to the posterior surface of the liver. But if we talk about the inferior surface of the liver, it gives impression for the stomach, so it is related with the left lobe. So inferior surface of the left lobe is going to give the gastric impression. Then will come the fissure for the ligamentum teres. It will passes from the inferior border to the left end of the porta hepatis. Also inferior surface will have the relation of the quadrate lobe and fossa for the gallbladder and the colic impression. Colic impression, fossa for the gallbladder, quadrate lobe, ligamentum teres and gastric impression, all are in relation with the inferior surface, you can tell that. And then comes the superior surface. So this is the superior surface. Superior surface is quadrilateral in shape, and now comes the superior surface of the liver. So superior surface is quadrilateral in shape, you can see, and there is a concavity in the middle. So on the superior surface you say that there is a concavity in the middle. This concavity of the middle is known as the cardiac impression. So this is the cardiac impression, and it is separating the pericardium from the superior surface of the liver, and also it separates the diaphragm, as diaphragm is on the superior is in contact with the superior surface of the liver. So it also separates the diaphragm from the superior surface of the liver. Then comes the right surface. This is the right surface. It is also quadrilateral in shape and it is convex. It is related to the diaphragm. It is also related to the diaphragm opposite the ribs from 7th to 11th ribs. So its upper 1/3 you can say it is in relation with the diaphragm and pleura and the lung. So this upper 1/3 of the right surface of the liver will be in contact with the diaphragm, pleura and the lung, while this is the middle 1/3 of the right surface. It is also in relation with the diaphragm and also with the recesses of the pleura, while lower 1/3 is only in relation with the diaphragm and nothing else. So both parts, all the three parts of the right surface are in contact with the diaphragm. This is the common thing. Now comes the blood supply of the liver. So blood supply, we are going to talk about the arterial supply first. So arterial supply of the liver comes from the portal vein and hepatic artery. Okay, don't get confused that how portal vein is giving arterial supply. This is the only viscera which is receiving arterial supply from a vein. So portal vein and hepatic artery collectively gives blood supply to the liver. Portal vein gives 80% arterial supply, while hepatic artery gives 20% arterial supply to the liver. These portal vein and hepatic artery divides further into the right and left branches by going into the right and left lobes of the liver. These right and left branches then divides into the segmental vessels. After becoming the segmental vessels from the portal vein and hepatic artery right and left branches, they become the interlobular vessels. These interlobular vessels undergoes through further ramifications, so they subdivide and finally they drain into the hepatic sinusoids. You have read in the histology part in detail about the hepatic sinusoids, so they ultimately are draining into the hepatic sinusoids. While venous drainage बिल्कुल उल्टा निज़ाम है कि वहाँ पे hepatic sinusoids में ultimately arterial supply जा रही थी, but here first venous drainage starts from the hepatic sinusoids, then goes into the interlobular veins. From the interlobular veins they join and they form the sublobular veins. These sublobular veins then drain into the hepatic veins, and hepatic vein ultimately drain into the inferior vena cava. You can see here, this is the inferior vena cava. So ultimate venous drainage of the liver is coming here into the inferior vena cava. While lymphatic drainage, its lymph is draining into multiple nodes which are caval, portocaval, you know that. So caval, hepatic, pericardial and celiac lymph nodes. These four are the different lymph nodes where the lymph drains from the liver into these nodes.